Right. Well, you guys kind of already heard a little bit about my story on the video, but so as you know, at a young age, I realized that the plans for a life can be changed in an hour, a minute, or even a second. In 1999, I woke up and my life was changed forever. I was 16 years old and a sophomore in high school. I was a soccer player, honor roll student, running for class president, and looking forward to the upcoming school dance. I had plans and a dream for the future. Becoming sick was not one of them. My mom had scheduled an appointment with my pediatrician because I had a rash on my legs. I had gained 15 pounds in just a few short days, and I had extreme weakness and fatigue to the point where I had to lie down after climbing only a short flight of stairs. Immediately, they sent us down to St. Louis Children's Hospital, where I was diagnosed with Henoch-Schönlein purpura, an autoimmune small vessel vasculitis. So those are just fancy words that mean my body had turned against itself. So my immune system couldn't tell the difference between an infection and my own organs. My disease was attacking my kidneys, intestines, the blood vessels just below my skin, and it was causing excruciating joint pain. So initially, we were extremely hopeful. The doctors had told us it would last approximately 3 months, and there was less than a 1% chance of renal failure. A week later, and it was a completely different story. So my kidney biopsy showed that the disease was extremely active. They could see the cells multiplying right before their eyes. It was the worst case of HSP they had ever seen. My life came to a screeching halt. They quickly started me on extremely high doses of steroids, and before I knew it, I had a cocktail of daily medications. I could no longer go to school, and St. Louis Children's Hospital became my home. My days were filled with shots, pills, IVs, blood work, heart monitors, fluid restrictions, and low-sodium diets. My mom bathed me, and nurses and doctors examined me. I was mortified. My dad would tell me that it was going to be over soon. The truth was, it wasn't going to be over soon. My kidneys only had 23% function, and things weren't looking so great. They decided to start Cytoxan as a last-ditch effort, which is a form of chemotherapy. Unfortunately, that didn't work either. My kidneys had failed, and there was no chance they were going to recover. So in February 2000, I started dialysis. A machine kept me alive every day, 12 hours a day. My mom once said that the hardest part of parenthood was watching a child suffer and knowing that you can't fix the problem. My mom wanted to be the one that saved me, but my older brother, Matt, was a perfect match. He was 22 years old at the time, and he was a senior at Mizzou. He took the semester off to save my life. On December 11th, 2000, Matt and I were getting ready to head into our transplant surgery. As we walked towards the stretchers, my dad was in the hallway alone. He was the last one left to say his goodbyes. He was crying. I had never seen my dad cry before. It was at that moment that I realized just how hard the last 2 years had been on everyone. Kidney disease did not just affect me, it affected my entire family. So thankfully, Matt and I came out of surgery with little to no complications, and but I can't imagine what that was like for my parents. To have 2 children under anesthesia and in surgery at the same time must have been heart-wrenching. I don't quite have words to express my gratitude. You know, to have your older brother risk his life to save yours is amazing. And this year, I'm gonna celebrate my 17-year kidney transplant anniversary. My brother's kidney, thank you. My brother's kidney, our kidney, has been functioning longer than my original native kidneys. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly what transplantation is all about, saving and extending lives. I have two heroes. One is my living donor, Mandy Ratz, and the other is my friend and physician for over 18 years, and this year's Award of Excellence recipient, Dr. Dan Brennan. Without them, I wouldn't be standing here today. Life has thrown me many curveballs over the last 19 years. Kidney disease is the best, yet the worst thing that's ever happened to me. But if I could live my life over, I wouldn't change a single thing. I'm not your typical 34-year-old. This disease has shaped me into the strong young woman I am today, and for that, I'm extremely grateful. Living with kidney disease has taught me to pay it forward. I spent 198 days in the hospital that first year, and you can't go through something like that and come out untouched. I have scars that will remain with me forever. If there's one thing that drives me, and I might get a little emotional here, it's sick children. And no child should ever have to go through what I went through. No child should ever have to go on dialysis or receive a kidney transplant. No child should witness CPR being done on their hospital roommate. No child should share tears with their transplant surgeon because a fellow pediatric transplant recipient passed away, and on Christmas of all days. No child should ever have to ask themselves why they survived and why others did not. I've been a volunteer for the National Kidney Foundation since 2000. At that time, I was 18 years old and did not have the financial means to write a substantial check, but I found a way. I would donate my time and volunteer at events. Every year, I formed a kidney walk team, and I would ask my neighbors and family and friends to donate and help support the cause. In college, I would organize third-party fundraisers and host cocktails for a cause. No matter what, I always found a way. Each one of us in the room tonight has the power and the ability to make a difference. I'm asking each and every one of you to find a way to donate this evening. The National Kidney Foundation is a lifeline for all people affected with kidney disease, advocating for patient rights, providing support and education for patients and families, and raising awareness of chronic kidney disease. I hope that you will join me in supporting NKF in their mission to improve the health and well-being of individuals and families affected by kidney disease. I am just one of many kidney patients who know and understand that the plans for our life can be changed in an hour, a minute, or even a second. So right here, in this moment, how do you want to make your impact?